This video is a message to the Saudi and Iranian leaders who are presently supposedly at war with each other, for what reason is unfathomable. I'm speaking to you as somebody who met Prophet Muhammad in a dream 3 months after I had witnessed an event of light being. And in my dream, Prophet Muhammad had light shining from his skin, and he was with, as I discovered later, Sufi Muslims who were identified by their headwear, and which Prophet Muhammad was wearing too, which was a pointy hat with a turban wrapped around the base. And on describing that dream, a friend informed me that that was the headwear of Sufi Muslims. And in my dream, the Prophet was sat with the women, who all wore black and white headscarves, and I was given a black and white headscarf by Prophet Muhammad. I understand that the black and white symbols the yin and yang, which are in perfect harmony with each other, and both have a perfect concept of the other, and so they can interact without harming each other, okay, because there is balance. And also the black and white headscarf is a symbol of warriors, and the Prophet's wives were warriors too. They weren't chattel. And because of that dream, I became a Sufi Muslim, and I learned all about the Prophet Muhammad. And because I have been blessed by the golden light of universal love and intelligence, I was able to read the Quran and understand exactly the truth of Islam, and that is what Sufis seek and follow. And Muslims, as far as I understand, according to Allah's wish, are requested to follow paths of knowledge, and to respect all peoples who follow books of knowledge and holy books, the truth of their holy books. And so it is time now for the Shia and Sunni Muslims to turn to the Sufi whom they have traditionally persecuted, and to bow down before them and to learn the truth of Islam. Because Saudi Arabia and Iran, you are living in the past. You are living an antiquated version of Islam, and in fact it is entirely un-Islamic, because you are not living by new knowledge. And what is most disgusting about you is that you are so hypocritical that you are using updated technology to wreak havoc and war on your own Muslim brethren and sistren and their children. You are using updated technology for your homes and your daily transport, but you are not prepared to use updated knowledge to raise your children and give your women rights. And you will suffer. And this is a warning, okay? You can kill me if you want, but it will not change the fact that Allah is extremely unhappy with you, Saudi Arabian elite. And Allah is extremely unhappy with you, Iranian elite, religious so-called rulers. The people, Allah's heart is with all the people of Saudi Arabia, and all the people of Iran, and all the people of the Middle East, the Muslim, Christian, and even the Jewish people. Allah's love is with all the good people who are living in confusion and fear and terror, because you elite Muslims are misguiding the people, and you are killing them, and you are working with evil intelligences that twist knowledge, that refuse to accept new knowledge themselves, except in ways that they can further exploit and oppress the human being, which is Jah creation, and the human being is meant to be a host for Jah golden light intelligence, and not the corrupted, twisted thoughts of madmen who want to do nothing more than fuck women and children. And that is at the core of all their system. That is at the core of it, of having lots of oppressed and vulnerable women and children that they can do what the fuck they like with. Now, this is proof, okay? This guy, Hamza, worked for MI5, and he was out preaching hate. Apparently, they said that he was there to keep the streets of London safe by cooling hotheads. No, he was preaching hate. He was recruiting. And we do not know who these ISIS people are. They cover their faces. Why are they covering their faces? Because they are whores. That's why. They are whores. Because they are serving an evil agenda. They're serving an evil, evil agenda. You know, Britain's collusion with radical Islam. They're now using radical Islam to destroy Syria. They've used it to destroy Iraq, okay? You want to have a look, Saudi Arabia. This is what you are serving with your evil, sick religion. Because it is sick. Because it's not Islam. And the wrath of Allah will fall down on your heads unless you change. And believe you me, you know, when your physical body dies, you will not die. Your spirit and soul will stand before Jah, and you will have to account for yourselves and what you have done while praying to Allah, which is the most disgusting thing. This is what you have participated in by colluding with Western powers and ignoring new knowledge and ignoring the words of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy fact. Why would a people, the West, in liberating Iraq, use the kind of weapons that attack the unborn child? Why would they do that? Because this is genocide. And, you know, people don't like to look. They think, oh, we can't look at those horrible pictures. How could you share these horrible pictures? You know, how could you look at these pictures and not cry? And not just feel so sad for these little innocent lives who are paying the price? Who are paying the price. And instead of helping them, Saudi Arabia and Iran, instead of repenting of your crimes and sins against humanity and against Allah, you're colluding with them. And this is what you've done to the Yemen, Saudi Arabia. This is what all your wealth and gold has bought. Is that what you wanted your wealth and gold for? Is that what Allah gave you the oil for? So that you could wreak havoc on your own people, your own sistren and brethren? Who are you people? How dare you? How dare you when Mecca is in your midst, and this is what you do. How are these people supposed to make a pilgrimage to Mecca instead of facilitating and helping you brethren and sistering? People are getting into debt. They're having to get into debt so that they can make a trip to, they can go on pilgrimage to your Mecca, which you've turned into a supermarket selling crap. And that cornerstone is the cornerstone, the foundation for the true Islam. And all you've got at the moment is the cornerstone, because you have not used that cornerstone to build true Islam. Instead, you're using it to get money from the West in order to do this. And I do not blame your subjects, your people who are oppressed and confused by your sick system. You are responsible. The elites, the rulers, are the ones who will pay now for the crimes that are going on in this world. And it's things like this, okay? It's things like this as to why the West is having, most of the peoples of the West are hating Islam. Because you are inspiring hatred in people instead of love and respect. You know, it is legal to marry an hour-old baby in Saudi Arabia, as it explains here. Okay. Saudi Arabia has no minimum age for marriage, and it is perfectly legal to marry even an hour-old child. And this is why the haters, the psychopaths who love war and terror will use these kind of realities and truths of your evil system to justify their hatred, and to use it to recruit more haters, because this is the truth of your society. Because you are not an Islamic society, you are a crime against Islam. And exactly the same for Iran. You are a crime against Islam. What you have done to your own people, and what you are continuing to do to your own women and children, you are a crime against Allah. And I dare to say these things because I have met Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. But actually, peace is not upon him right now. He is very, very distraught and upset about what you are doing in his name. And the same goes to the West, according to Jesus, and what they are doing in Jesus' name. And I've spoken to the people of my own country in the same manner, that we need to live by new knowledge, because the light of Islam showed me that understanding as clear as a star in the sky. And you can't delete the stars. So, you know, this is a warning to you, Saudi elite. And as I say, you can mock me, you can send out a team of assassins or whatever to destroy me, but you will not destroy Jar Light. You will not destroy the truth of Allah, okay? You will not. And you will all pay, like worse. You think that this is what you can do to people in Allah's name? You can live in the past. You can live in the past when it comes to dealing with humanity, but you can live in the present when it comes to using bombs and weapons to kill your own people, to kill your own sistren and brethren. Why are you killing them? Do you want their land? Do you think there's too many of them? Why aren't you using these people to help build a paradise on earth? No, instead, oh, there's too many of them. Why? Because you're robbing them. And you don't want to give them their rights. Because if you give them their rights, oh, you won't be able to fuck children, will you? You won't be able to treat women like shite. And that is at the core of it. And Allah knows this. Allah knows this. Allah is so enraged. And at the heart of Allah's rage is love for the children. That is at the heart of Allah's rage. That's why Allah's rage is pure. It's not born from hate. It's born from love of the children. These are the kind of things that is going on. Another, you know, we know what is going on, okay? These people, beautiful people, absolutely beautiful people, Muslims in America, okay, were murdered because of the hatred that your country, Saudi Arabia, that you, Saudi elite, have supported, because of the hatred that you, Iranian elite, religious rulers, have supported, because you are insisting on living in the past and you are refusing to live by new knowledge, and therefore you are wrong, and Allah is very deeply angry with you, because innocent people are paying the price for your karmic debts, your lies. These people lost their lives because you, Saudi Arabia, and you, Iran, cannot follow your own religion. And they were killed by people who also are ruled by rulers who cannot follow their own religion. They cannot follow Jesus. They claim to support Jesus. They put their hand on the Bible to be sworn into office, but they do not serve Jesus. And you are exactly the same, Saudi Arabia and Iran, Iranian elite. You are the same. You do not support Allah. You do not support Prophet Muhammad. Just as Western leaders do not support Jesus, and everything that I am saying to you applies equally to them. But there's one difference. There is one big difference between the Muslim people and the so-called Christian nations. And the big difference is that Muslim people do truly believe in Allah. And that is what will save you all, is your belief in Allah, to the extent that you will beg forgiveness and you will be like the people of Nineveh and change, and Allah will not pour his wrath upon you. And you need to make those changes, and you need to support your people who are trying and pushing for those changes, pushing for the updated interpretation of the Quran, because the Quran is a very intelligent book and there are stepping stones within it, and you need to understand that it is corrupted as well. As the Quran states, there is no holy book or prophet of Allah that has not been polluted by shaitan. Does it say that in your Quran or not? Are you going to follow your Quran then and work out where the pollutions are, because it was written in 650 AD? We all have to sort out the wheat from the chaff, and the chaff is antiquated nonsense, and the wheat is what is supported by new knowledge. And new knowledge informs us that if you sexually abuse a child, you have fucked that child, and that child will suffer, and then their children will suffer too. And you destroy human consciousness by your imbalances and lies, and create criminals. And Allah does not support paedophilia, okay? Allah does not support paedophilia. You see this? The child protection directives. This is what Allah supports. Okay, new knowledge. This is what Allah supports. Saudi Arabia, Iran, 9-year-old girls. No, if you mess about sexually with a 9-year-old girl, you are committing a crime. Remember that. And it doesn't matter, pray 5 times a day, do what you like, but Allah will never forgive you if you do not change in this life, because these are the last days for you to change. And you don't change, well, you face what is coming to you, either in this world or the next. But you will definitely face your crimes in the next world, because this is what you should be giving to your children, okay? And the Christian societies don't give this to their children because they don't follow any knowledge that does not support their horrors and terrors. We know that the British elite are engaged in child trafficking and murder and sexual abuse, organised sexual abuse of children, even though we have laws here against it, but they still do it. It's just the only difference between you, Saudi Arabia, is that you do it openly and claim that Allah supports you in that. But Allah does not. And that is why Prophet Muhammad knew this. And all these people who go around, oh, but Prophet Muhammad got married to a 9-year-old girl. Okay, he did not have sex with that little girl. The only reason why he agreed to the marriage, it was his wives who persuaded him. Because they saw that little girl and their hearts went out to her, and even Prophet Muhammad realised that if he refused her, the girl would be cursed as refused by the prophets of Allah. And they knew that her life would be doomed. She was doomed to be raped as a child. And so he married her and took her into his household, and she was raised with his daughters. And when she got to 17, she was asked if she wanted to consummate the marriage or if she wanted to divorce, because Prophet Muhammad firmly understood that the woman needs to have a choice. The woman cannot be forced into marriage, it must be by her own choice. And he did not believe that that girl could make a choice until she was an adult. And when she was 17, she was offered the choice to divorce or to consummate the marriage. And Aisha chose to consummate the marriage, and that's why a year later she gave birth to Prophet Muhammad's only son, Ishmael, who sadly passed away at a very, very young age. And Aisha was a warrior, and she was a scholar. And what have you done? Look at your women now. Where is Aisha among your women? You won't allow an Aisha to come forward. You won't give Aisha a choice. You won't allow her to grow up into an adult. And how dare anybody claim that Prophet Muhammad, a person, the most beautiful human being, who cut off his sleeve so as not to disturb a sleeping cat, would force himself sexually on a 9-year-old girl. You evil, ignorant people. A man who, when asked whom he loved most, did he say Allah? No, he said my daughters. Because they are the gateway for Allah to give birth to the child, the host, the universal golden light of intelligence, Allah's intelligence. And you are corrupting intelligence. And if you do not support these, I tell you now, every single person who calls himself a Muslim will be seriously face Allah's wrath, either in this life or after they've passed this earthly realm. You will face Allah's wrath. And the people who can realise how wrong they have been, and who have the courage and strength to repent and ask forgiveness, they will be forgiven. That's the message. You will be forgiven if you can repent, if you can change, if you can make amends, if you can atone, if you can compensate. And all your women are giving birth to what? Slaves. Slave women. But the true Muslims, real Muslims, they don't support your antiquated Islam, Iran and Saudi Arabia. They do not. They don't support it. True Muslims don't marry little girls. True Muslims don't go around murdering people, murdering children. You know, this is a true Islam, founders of mathematics. You know, and look how the West has taken your knowledge and twisted and turned it, because they would have nothing if it wasn't for you Muslims. You found these things, you developed them. Rise up to your truth, of your true humanity, and let go of these antiquated, ignorant belief system that you're living by right now. And you think I would lie to you? You think I would lie to you? Why would Prophet Muhammad come to me 3 months after I've witnessed a light being? Why? Why would that happen? If I wasn't close to the true self. Because everybody who gets close to the true self meets Prophet Muhammad, because he was the last prophet. And he supports Jesus. Jesus bless Prophet Muhammad. And true Christians will bless true Muslims, and all true Christians are blessed, as are all true Muslims. And the true Muslim is the Sufi. And Prophet Muhammad explained very clearly that 2 is evil. And you too, Sunnis and Shias, you are evil. Okay? Because you are warring with each other, and that is not what Islam is about. Islam is the way of peace. And you use the evil Western technologies that they've created from your maths, how they've polluted and exploited your maths, okay? And now you are using that knowledge, those weapons, to destroy your children, to destroy your brethren. And you are believing Western philosophies about how there's too many people. Jah said to humanity, go forth and multiply. What? So we could all be murdered? Is that the God humanity worships? A God that says, go forth and multiply, and then says, oh, there's too many of you, we're going to have to bomb you all now. Thank you, my people in Saudi Arabia, for developing mathematics. That's why I created you, because I'm so evil. I ask people to go forth and multiply, and then when they've multiplied, I just want to have fun and bomb them, because I'm a bloodthirsty God. That's what you are saying. And it is a lie, and it is offensive to Allah. And true Muslims are being persecuted, and very good, nice people are being spat on and treated badly and judged for your sins and your crimes. The good people, the children, are paying the price for your karmic debt. Well, God help all of you, your souls, because I really do feel sorry for you. I could not imagine having to face Allah with the kind of crimes that you have been committing. But Allah understands that these crimes are the crimes of evil, and they are the crimes of a people who are believing in evil. And instead of questioning the West about why they have used depleted uranium to liberate Iraqi people, instead of asking questions about that, instead you are buying weapons off them with the money from your people's natural resource and the money you earn from pilgrimages to Mecca. And it is heartbreaking. And it is disgusting that you are supporting this horror. And meanwhile, nobody is hardly supporting Palestine in the West. Why? Because they're Muslims, and because they're apparently evil, because this is what they do. They're all paedophiles. That's what Western people are saying. The Western people who themselves are governed by paedophiles. It's just that they keep it a secret. But we know what they're doing. We know they're evil. And so the message goes out the same to them. But unfortunately, they don't even believe in Allah, so their souls probably won't be saved because they won't repent. They will be set upon. The people will remove them from power. And that is what will happen to you. Exactly what you all sat around and watched happen to Colonel Gaddafi, okay, is what will happen to you when people do realise the truth. And so this is a warning, and it is telling you all to wake up and get real and stop killing your brethren and sistren and give your women rights and prohibit abuse of children and babies and follow these. As I say, even Western people don't want to follow these. Why? Because we know it's the child abuser consciousness that is ruling this world, because that is the devil, okay? That is what you call shaitan. Only shaitan abuses little children, and it is abused when children are that abused. It damages them psychologically. So that is my message to you, Iran and Saudi elites, and to the people of your nations. Allah sends love and hope and wishes you to live in peace. And so the Sunni and Shia Muslim need to unite, and together you need to arrest and prosecute the terrorists who are psychopaths, and they do not believe in Allah. They just use Islam in order, antiquated, corrupted interpretations of Islam, in order to satisfy their lusts for wealth, power and sex with either women or children, okay? And that is the consciousness you are presently serving, and Allah is very, very, very unhappy with all of you. And as I say, pray as often as you like. The more you pray, the more angry Allah is to witness the crimes and the ignorance that you are living under, because Islam does not support ignorance.